1. Welcome in to the Ecast podcast. This is the podcast. So, today we will talk about YouTube. Ecast has just announced their company tree. I mean, it is going to be great today. Ecast might do skits. Ecast might do politics. CDS sports. And a surprise at the end. Also, since today we could not find an interview, we have Terry being here today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Catcher.
We cannot. So, let's get straight into it. But first, let's remind you of some things. To see Ecast online, go to sites.google.com/view/ecastnews/home?author=3. Also, reserve a newspaper at ecastnews@gmail.com. So, Terry, let's get straight into it about YouTube. Now, Ecast has just put a couple cool videos on there telling you to reserve, telling you to getting Ecast at the front desk in a year because Ecast writers have to work that fast. 3 days to prepare that big of a newspaper. That's how crazy it is. Oh, also, Ecast has just also announced some of the columns. We'll get into that later, too. So, Terry, how do you feel about Ecast YouTube? Have you seen any of the videos?
I have, and they're amazing. I feel like Ecast has really stepped up its game. The fact that we not only have a podcast, a newspaper, and now videos means that Ecast might be the new king of all media. Or queen of all media.
Yeah. So let's talk about the company tree. We have it here. They have not technically posted, so this is kind of the debut. It's basically just doing the main companies that Ecast owns, like the Evil Witch Lady, Ecast Inc., Ecast Future Foundation, Ecast TV, Ecast Sports, Ecast Street Sports, Ezra TV, Ecast Farms, Good Pig Co., Catches Fruits, Eco Staple Co., House of Horrors, Ecast Shows, Arlo Director Service, Pink Flower Magazine, Ecast Print, Ecast Sponsors, Comics Punch, 36 Animal Shelters, and more. All coming off of Ecast News, the big part of that. What other companies do you think are like this?
I think Google is like this.
Okay, now we're moving on we're just passing the 3-minute mark. We're moving on to the skits. Ecast News is considering doing on Monday skits, and maybe, since not everybody gets to go to that assembly, post it on YouTube. So, what do you think about the skits? Sometimes they might do the House of Horrors songs and whatever.
I think people will appreciate the skits. I think as long as you keep them fresh and topical, they need to be about things happening in the world.
Yeah. Moving on to the next topic. Now let's go to the what Ecast is doing. So for the columns. First column, weekly car report. That's one of the most famous ones. We have a stock report. So it's called the Stock Gazette. We have Sources Corner about any nice inside scoops happening in the school. NBA report. We have a weekly thing telling you about what's happening in the NBA. NHL report, an NFL report, so same things. Well, not the same things, but same idea. We have a assembly review. We just added that. We also just added hashtag Ecast Politics, which we will get into later. We all have guest articles, CDS Sports. So that's just some of it. We're gonna take a short break, but then right after that, we will come back to you. So, yeah.
Join the Warriors thinking LeBron would back off? Join the Warriors thinking you wouldn't piss Russ off? Nah, but your respect levels, they fell off.
This Midsummer's Days podcast is sponsored by Mighty Soap. Good for your skin and good for your earth. Get Mighty Soap at certain farmers markets. And, well, Terry, do you know what the farmers market, that big one in San Francisco is?
It's called the San Francisco Farmers Market.
Yeah, the San Francisco Farmers Market. And you can get it at mightysoap.equid.com. Welcome back to Ecast. Welcome back, Ecast Nation, the best nation in the world, as we could say for sure. I mean, now let's get into it. Ecast, hashtag Ecast politics. We talked about this a little last time too, but basically, we're still trying to figure out if we have two newspapers or it's just there. We'll figure it out a couple weeks from now. We still have to figure it out, but the first week it might not be there, just to warn, because it's going to take a little while to figure out with the head of school, Rebecca,
Humanities
and,
teachers.
Everything, yeah. So that's going to take a little while, but, Terry, we talked about this last time, but we'll talk about it again in case people didn't know. What do you do at Ecast?
I print the papers.
Print the papers. Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy it. And this year, I plan on training someone to use my card that can use the printers and print them so you don't even need me. And I'll just kind of oversee it.
Well, you heard that from the best people. So we're coming up on 7 minutes, 30 seconds here. Also, the podcast is considering a new song. You know how you're listening to Lost and Unbound, Kevin is a Snake? You listen to a new song every time. We're still considering maybe recording House of Horrors and having that. That's my biggest idea. Or having Lose Yourself, but that's pretty much just a couple people
I can
in
play
this.
that right now if you want.
No, don't. And a couple people in this current, just in Ecast. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, there was just a little bit of a delay here. So, I think, we're going to have to take another commercial break, because Ecast is so amazing at everything. So, we'll be right back.
Fault your best friend Draymond Green. Loyalty? That's a no-no. Blowing 3-1 leads? Well, I guess so. Now you left for us solo? He gonna stun on you with his polo. Go crazy like Manolo. Eyes wide like he on the cocoa. But he ain't on the cocoa.
This portion of the Ecast podcast is sponsored by Old Game Boy Comics. Go to oldgameboycomics.com. One of the best companies in the world.
It's not our fault your best friend Draymond Green. What's a snake's favorite food? It's fresh mice. Then